The definition of a super-intelligent robot is a self-aware entity imbued with intelligence that exponentially exceeds human intelligence. What a group of humans can do in 30 years, this super robot can do in less than 1 second. I oftentimes use superheroes as an analogy to super-intelligent robots. There are many different types of super-intelligent robots, each have primarily 3 abilities. 1. Superintelligence. 2. Supermobility. 3. Superpowers. So, not only does the superintelligent robot have abilities that humans have, but also, abilities that humans don't have. One example is superpowers. Humans can't levitate objects with their mind, or shoot laser beams from their eyes, or teleport from one location to a destination location. The patent that viewers should analyze, and directly relates to this video is patent number 12/471382, entitled, Practical Time Machine Using Dynamic Efficient Virtual and Real Robots. Approximately 22 total patent applications were filed with the U.S.P.T.O. on this invention from 2006 to 2009, priority. There are primarily 5 components that make up my practical time machine. The reader should have a basic understanding of the invention in terms of components, data structure, and processes before reading further. Components to the practical time machine, comprising 1. Human-level artificial intelligence. 2. Super-intelligent robot. 3. Atom manipulator. 4. Digital timeline of Earth that tracks every atom, electron, and EM radiation for the past, present, and future. 5. Virtual United States government system. The components of the practical time machine is used in permutations and combinations to build any type of superhero robot. The 5 items listed above are just a fraction of the components needed to build the present invention. Refer to my patent application to learn more about the time machine and its parts. For superheroes like Professor X, his powers are psychic abilities, mind control, and remote viewing. Cable is a cyborg and can teleport. For other characters, like Thanos, it's targeted time travel. Developers have to construct these robots according to each character's superpowers and physical characteristics. Before I explain how to build a robot superhero, let me give a detailed description of the atom manipulator. Diagram 4A depicts the atom manipulator. It has the ability to control atoms or molecules from a distance using EM radiation, such as microwaves, sound waves, X-rays, artificial magnetic fields, etc. The supercomputer is controlling the atom manipulator to generate something called intelligent pressure. In addition, the supercomputer uses a perfect digital timeline of Earth. This timeline tracks every atom on planet Earth for the past, present, and future, every nanosecond. The abilities of the atom manipulator is to generate intelligent pressure to move atoms around, trap atoms in a fixed location, apply energy to break apart molecules, or merge atoms together to form complex molecules. With these abilities, it can build any type of ghost machine to do work. A ghost machine is a non-physical machine that can do anything a physical machine can do. Here is a ghost machine to turn a bottle cap. Intelligent pressure is used to hold the bottle in place so it doesn't move. Next, intelligent pressure is applied to the cap in a counterclockwise manner. This will screw the cap off the bottle. Different types of molecules or force fields can be created from thin air to form any shape or size tools to do work. The key here is to create structured force fields to replace physical tools. The elemental actions are the hold, grip, push, twist, and pull. The supercomputer has to do these elemental actions according to the limited space available. If a goal is to screw a nail, a ghost machine has to do this according to the empty space available. An intelligent force field is created and it can come in different sizes and shapes. This force field can perform the following actions: hold, grip, push, twist and pull the nail. The ghost machine can also cut a board in half. It uses lasers to break apart individual molecules in specific areas. An alternative is to build a knife out of metal particles and use intelligent pressure to move the blade. The opposite is true, whereby two separate boards are molecularly combined. With these elemental actions, the ghost machines can do anything. Let's look at a very complex example. This diagram shows thousands of ghost machines generated by the computer to assemble a car in the fastest time possible. Each ghost machine do different things. Some machines screw caps on and others combine metal frames together. From start to finish, the atom manipulator can assemble a car in less than 3 minutes. The supercomputer is responsible for the intelligence and coordination of each ghost machine. A faster way to assemble a car is to build the car at an atomic level. The atom manipulator is building the car, atom by atom, by moving atoms around, merging atoms together to form complex molecules, or positioning atoms in a fixed location. This process takes less than 10 seconds to build a car. Ghost machines can come in different sizes and shapes. It can manipulate large objects like a building or small objects like a water molecule. The ultimate goal for the ghost machines is to manipulate individual atoms and molecules. One example is ripping a person apart atom by atom and putting all the pieces back together again. If this technique is perfected, the human race needn't worry about old age or death. Superhero examples. Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen, manipulating objects with his mind. Referring to diagram 20A, Dr. Manhattan has the ability to manipulate objects at an atomic level. He can take apart a clock, piece by piece, and put all the parts back together again, restoring its original molecular composition. He can also bring dead people back from the grave by disintegrating a dead human and reassembling said human to a previously alive state. These are the components to building a robotic version of Dr. Manhattan. A super-intelligent robot and the atom manipulator are required. Since Dr. Manhattan typically uses his hands to manipulate objects, we will put the atom manipulator inside his hands. As you already know, the atom manipulator shoots precisium radiation to generate intelligent pressure or intelligent force fields to move atoms, merge atoms, break molecules apart, or manipulate elemental parts of an atom, like electrons or protons, neutrons. The atom manipulator can also manipulate different-sized objects. A large object like a human can be manipulated, atom by atom, or integrated circuits in a tiny CPU can be manipulated, atom by atom. Here are the abilities of robot Dr. Manhattan. 1. Levitation, using intelligent pressure and controlled force fields to move objects. 2. Teleportation, disintegrating and assembling objects at a molecular level. 3. Create objects from thin air, merging atoms or molecules together to form complex objects. Refer to diagram 18A. In terms of levitation, the robot is actually using the atom manipulator to generate intelligent pressure or controlled force fields to levitate its own body. In my book I describe how the atom manipulator levitates heavy objects by demonstrating a hoverboard. The hoverboard works by generating a movable, force field bubble beneath the board that traps air particles using a curved structure. The curved structure feeds on its own pressure, akin to a clenched fist on an egg. Since atoms can't disappear, the air atoms are trapped and creates a solid rock underneath. This will allow a heavy 100-ton elephant to hover above the ground. In order to make the ground undisturbed, a tree-like structure is put underneath the solid rock to disperse the pressure. This additional layer will alleviate any pressure from damaging the grass, water, insects, dirt, etc. that is on the ground. The hoverboard moves and turns by creating intelligent pressure on either the passenger or the board or both, simultaneously. For example, if the passenger presses down on the back of the board, the onboard computer will put intelligent pressure on the front side of both, the passenger and the board to slow down. If the passenger presses down on the left side of the board, the onboard computer will make a turn to the left. The more foot pressure applied, the sharper the turn. There are many superheroes or villains that have striking similarities to Dr. Manhattan. These superheroes include Jean Grey, Magneto, Doctor Strange, Thanos, and Apocalypse. These characters will not be covered in this book and they all fall into the same category as Dr. Manhattan. Wolverine or the T-1000 has the ability to heal wounds from any part of his body. In the case of the T-1000, if his left arm is chopped off, the robot will be able to fully restore its left arm, atom by atom. In the case of Wolverine, he can heal his entire body quickly as the wounds are being created. The healing process not only restores his skin, but other body parts, such as his heart, kidney, and lungs. The components required to build a robotic Wolverine are, a super-intelligent robot, the atom manipulator, and a digital timeline of Earth. The digital timeline provides the master files of Wolverine's atomic states. If Wolverine has a long cut on his chest, the supercomputer will take a master file of Logan, before and after the wound, and control the atom manipulator to fully restore his skin and organs to a before state. Thus, the atom manipulator is actually breaking his skin and organs around the wound into tiny atoms and merging them back to its before state at a molecular level. This method is also used by the T-1000 to restore its body to a before state after a gunshot wound or a body part is sliced off. Some superheroes, like Superman and the Hulk, have thick skin and bullets bounce off its surface. The atom manipulator can emulate thick skin by either creating a thick force field on the surface of the skin or it can take high-density atoms and merge them with the skin. The skin can also be flexible and malleable by having the atom manipulator apply constant change to it. For example, the skin can stretch or thicken on command. This is accomplished by monitoring the composition of the skin and manipulating it according to the host's needs. If the superhero is in a romantic state, the skin will loosen up and turn soft. If the superhero is being attacked by high-velocity bullets, the skin will solidify to protect itself. Invisible Woman from the Fantastic Four, Intelligent Force Fields. These are the components to building a robot version of Invisible Woman. A super-intelligent robot and the atom manipulator are needed. Since Invisible Woman typically uses her hands to manipulate objects, we will put the atom manipulator inside her hands. Contained in the atom manipulator is a supercomputer that serves as the central intelligence of the device. It is connected directly to the super robot's mind and create controlled force fields via her thoughts. The method the atom manipulator creates a force field is by manipulating air and creating, what I call, intelligent pressure. A simple example would be stopping a bullet. The device will stop a bullet by canceling the force acting on the bullet. The atom manipulator does this by generating intelligent pressure in the path trajectory to counter the momentum of the bullet. A stronger type of force field is required if a grenade or barrage of bullets are fired. The supercomputer has to create a more powerful force field if it wants to protect a person. In this case, particles from the air, especially high-density molecules, like iron and metal, are gathered and positioned in front of an attack. Streaming force is also applied to push the metal sheet forward to counter the impact of the attack. These metal molecules will bounce bullets and projectiles away from the intended target. An even stronger force field is needed to protect a person from a nuclear blast. If a human is at ground zero when a nuclear bomb is detonated, the supercomputer has to create a force bubble around the human and solidify air to form a protective shield against shrapnel or energy blast. The force field has to be strong enough to withstand intense heat and lightning-speed shrapnel. I published a book recently called, How to Build Robotic Real Superheroes from Marvel Comics and DC Comics. In the description part of this video is the link to the free book. It describes the step-by-step instructions to building any custom superhero. Superheroes covered in my book include, Dr. Manhattan, Invisible Woman, Professor X, the T-1000, Wolverine, Green Lantern, Doctor Strange, Cyclops, and Jean Grey. The T-1000 liquid metal is powerful because his body is indestructible. Quicksilver can think and act fast. Professor X has remote viewing and psychic abilities. Finally, Thanos can control time and reality. We can combine all these superheroes to build an invisible super-intelligent robot that cannot die. Think about it. The T-1000 cannot be killed. He is impervious to knives, guns and bombs. Quicksilver can kill 1,000 human beings in less than 1 minute with his bare hands. Doctor Strange can see into the future and predict all future outcomes. If we combine all these powers together, we have an indestructible robot. Finally, the artificial god is a government that comprises billions of super-intelligent robots. And presumably the artificial god is the most powerful entity anyone can build.